Hi, this is Lisa Schmid, excuse me, with the Snapper Studio. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. So we are in March, almost coming up to April and spring. So we are going to make some, you could use them as Easter baskets, you could use them as May Day baskets, Mother's Day baskets, all sorts of fun things that you could use with what I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to show you a couple different sizes and a couple different styles.
Hey,
so, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to show you is this is my Simply Scored scoring tool. I'm going to show you it's pretty big. Let me get the whole thing under there. And no, it's pretty big. One thing it does have though is right here it has a little container and in a little holder. In that holder are several of these little markers. Yeah, a place to put where you want to score. So if I always want to score 4 1/4, and there's several of those that come with it. It also comes with a scoring tool. And so while I know we can score with our with the paper cutter and the scoring blade, I always have to look to see which one is that's the cutter and this one is the scorer, which I did mark. But for me, this is so much easier to score. So this is what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to show you how to make a couple of different cute Easter baskets.
Hey, Trudy. Hey, Barb.
Morning, friends. All right, the first one I'm going to show you is this sweet little Easter basket. It's very small, but it's perfect for just a little bit of chocolate. So let me show you this one first. Here's my, move it up a little bit so you can see. Oh, maybe I just need to go higher. There we go. Here is my, so it's going to be 3 3/4 inch square. And then we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. So I cut this already at 3 3/4. There's my 3 3/4. And I'm going to score it, move that down, at 1 1/4. Oopsie, 1 1/4. And this has a thick end and a thin end. So it has 2 different ends you can use. I sometimes use one, I sometimes use the other. So 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. There we go. And again, 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. There we go. So it is scored at those. I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to work on top of this today. So let's go. I want the polka dots out. So let's go ahead and fold this. Dave's up getting something. I'm not sure what he's getting, but I'm like curious to see. Maybe he's going to jump on and create something. I don't know. All right. So I just folded in all the pieces. What are you looking for? You're making me anxious. No. All right. So I'm going to, you're killing me, Smalls. All right, this time I'm going to be hitting my forehead. So I'm going to cut on the 2 score lines just up to the next score line, okay? So this should be good. He's making something over there, guys. So we'll see what Dave's got going. Okay, so that's it. That's all it is. That is my basket. There you go. Happy Easter. Just kidding. So we're going to fold this in. This is going to go on the inside. This piece is going to go on the inside. And we're just going to fold this in like that. Now, before I do that, you could stick your handle on the inside, but I want my handle to go inside here. So I'm going to take a little piece, and it doesn't matter how wide, how long, you just decide. I'm going to use one of these. I was going to use that, but that other piece is for something else. So I'm just going to cut a little strip. And, oh, he wants to make it bigger, I think is what's going on. And I think I'll put the polka dot side out. So let's go ahead and grab my adhesive. Let's see, polka dot side out. So I want adhesive. Actually, I'm going to put adhesive on both sides of this. There we go. And I'm going to stick this on my little tab there, or the straight piece. Because what I want to do is this is going to cover that up. Do you see that? So now I'm going to put adhesive just on the corners here. This corner, and so I've got adhesive on this corner and this corner, and then I'm just going to be able to pull those over I'm going to go a little further than that. Probably like there and like that. Okay, so that's this one side. Let's do the other side. So again, I am going to put adhesive on this. It doesn't matter which side actually, because both sides end up getting stuck down, but I'm just going to do that side and stick it there. Whoa. Sorry. There we go. Stick that right there. And then I just need a little adhesive on the insides here. So it gets a little, because it's so small, it gets a little tricky, but I believe we can do it. And this is using the Soft Subtles Designer Series paper. So I'm going to move, yes, I wanted it like that. Okay, so I move it like that. And there's my little basket. Now, a basket is not complete unless you actually, well, first off, if you put chocolate in it, which I don't have any chocolate to show you, but if you also go ahead, let's decorate it just a tad with our daisies. This is the medium daisy punch, not the large one. And I'm just going to put some adhesive on that, stick it on. Piece of this. Can I have my little centers over there, the embellishments? And you could pop this one up, or you can just stick it on like that. And then we'll find something that we want to put inside. How about this little green with our, I'm good, thanks. I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool, which I enjoy because I can easily pick up one and stick it in the middle. So I could do one, I could do three. Okay, but isn't that just so sweet? Look how cute that is. So here's the other one I made. This is in the Bold Brights. This is Melon Mambo. And then this one is the green, the soft green in the, let's see. This one is the Seafoam, soft Seafoam. So, oh my goodness, Diane has to go because her son's car died. All right, so this is the Soft Subtle, so lots of different colors. And I love polka dots. You could do any of the others, I think, and that one would be cute, but I think the polka dots look the best. So lots of cute spring colors, or in the Bold Brights, here we go, we could do this. These are the Bold Brights, which are also super fun colors. All right, so there's our first one. I'm going to set this back here in case you want to take like a screenshot of it. You can. There it is, 3 3/4 square. And there are my measurements on that one. So you can grab that if you want. All right, so those are our little ones. Aren't they cute? I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to make one a little bit bigger because, well, I'll put this next to it for size. Maybe I want to be a little more generous and give a little bit more. So this one uses a full 6x6 sheet of paper, and I'm going to use the, is this what you're making? So I'm going to use the full 6x6. For the 6x6, it's quite simple. We just score at 2. Score at 2, score at 4. So everything is 2 inches. Score at 2, score at 4. 2 and 4. Okay, so I really just made a grid there, a 2x2 grid. Okay, and we're going to end up doing the same thing. Oops, I want the polka dots on the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up to the score line. So just making the same one, just a little bit bigger. And you know what else would be super cute on that is a little tag, of course. Happy Easter, Happy May Day, some little tag. May Day? May Day, May Day. Yeah, Happy May Day hanging off the edge, which would be super cute. Okay, so there we are. And again, we're going to grab our handle, and I'm going to put on a little white handle. Oh, except for Dave took my paper cutter, so, oh, here it comes back. Thank you. He's so busy over there, friends. I'm just going to do a little white handle. And it can be, it can be as thin or as wide as you want. I don't really, honestly, I don't even measure it. I just look at it and go, okay, that looks good. So probably about a 1/2 inch. Do you need this back?
Okay.
Oh, he's done creating. Okay. Yeah, he's done cutting. Wonders never cease, friend, right? So let's go ahead and stick our handle on first. I'm going to actually do both sides this time. And I'm leaving the handle quite a bit longer because we're using our, I was just thinking inside or outside, inside. Because we're using a bigger, nope, outside. This is going to go on this side. There we go. Straighten that out. And so then these are going to go like that. And we're going to make a nice big basket. So, and I think this time I'm going to put adhesive on all 4 sides at the same time and see. So it's the inside ones close to the middle. There we go. All right. And just close those up like that. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. And remember, I already have adhesive on this. So I'll go ahead and stick that on. That probably was a little bit easier this time to get all the adhesive on at one time. And for this one, let's put on a large daisy. Okay, let's go ahead and punch the bigger daisy. All right, and we'll put some adhesive on that. There we go. It's pretty with the white. I like it. And then this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop up the outside daisy, or the second daisy, just to give it a little dimension there. And you could put daisies on both sides. You could you could dress this up any which way, but the daisies are so cute, aren't they? And then we could use anything. How about one of those? Those would look super pretty. I'm just going to peel it off and stick it on. Move it. There we go. I mean, isn't that pretty? And you could do a blue circle behind it. Oh my goodness, the possibilities are endless on what you could do. So here is, this one is using a little sequin. I'm going to get a sip of water here. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so, but aren't those cute? What do you think? So fun. And then here's our smaller, I really like the small ones. How fun. These could go around the table, at everybody's place. Or like I said, a little May Day basket. Okay, so there's those. Let's pop those in there. I have one more to show you. This one's a bigger basket, and I did it with designer series paper. You could certainly do it with just regular cardstock, but this one I'm doing with designer series paper. Dave, can you cut me? I feel like, oh no, I have 2 more. I'll do this one and then I have my favorite one. Just 2 like 1-inch strips in like Old Olive or Mossy Meadow, not Mossy Meadow, light green, any green. Okay, so let me show you how to do this one. You might want to take a screenshot of this. Here is, I'm going to cut the paper at 9 by 9, and I'm going to score at 3s and 3s. Okay, so I am actually using our Paper in Bloom, which is from the Celebration. And so we're going to score this at 3 by 3. So go to our 3 and our 3, turn it. I'm going to score at 3. See how easy this is to score? And also, you don't have to, with the paper cutter, you really have to move it along. Whereas this, I don't know. It's just easier for me to use. Thanks. I need 2, please. So then the other thing we're going to do, if we go back to this, so now I've scored this 3 inches, 3 inches. I've made the 3 by 3. So I could make that the other basket in a bigger size if I wanted to. But let's make this one a little bit different. So this one, we're going to go ahead and score at 1 inches. I'm holding my finger where the score line is from the 3. And I'm going to score at 1 inch here and 2 inches. And I've already got 3 inches. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So my score line is here. I'm going to go at 7 inches and 8 inches. Okay. Now I want the same thing on the other side in the same direction, if that makes sense. I want these lines. I don't want some this way and some that way. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and score these at 1 and 2 and oopsie. Yep. And then these at 7 and 8, or you could flip it over and do 1 and 2 again, right? All right. Now here's the one part. When I first made this, I made a mistake. The part we're gonna cut away this right here, and this triangle has to be parallel with the ones I cut. I won't tell you what I did because that'll just confuse you. So my lines are here. They're going out. So I'm going to cut, sorry, my lines are this way. They're just like this. My lines are this way. So I'm going to make a little mark halfway between 3 and 6. So at 4.5, I'm going to make a little mark right there, 4.5. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side at 4.5. There we go. Okay, the reason is because I'm going to cut away this little piece. So let's go ahead and do that. So I went to the middle. I wanted to mark the middle because now I'm just aiming for the corner of my score. I know you can't really, here, let's fold it up. Then maybe it'll be easier to see. Actually, I want the green on the outside. So let me just score this. There we go. Great way to use up some designer series paper too. All right, now let me think again. Our lines are this way. Yes, so I'm going to score here. All right, so there's my little line, and I'm heading to the corner. And I don't feel like it doesn't need to be perfect because it is going to get, this part is going to kind of get covered. You won't see it, but we don't want this extra piece in there. So again, I'm going to go from that corner, aiming towards the middle to the corner. Go ahead and cut that out. There we go. And you can see mine's not perfect. That is not perfectly cut. You could cut it on a paper cutter, I suppose, if you really wanted to. I think this is just going to be easier. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side, corner up to there, and take this out. And one more, middle to the corner. And I'll bring back the dimensions in just a second so you can see those. Up to the edge. There we go. Certainly not perfectly cut, but good enough. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut on the score lines that I made. So let's go ahead and cut all these strips. And I'm going to cut these. And I'm going to use regular adhesive. However, I think if you were to use cardstock instead of this paper, you would need to use a tear and stick tape. And I'm going to use that on the next basket I have. So I have one more basket that's probably my most favorite, so I left it for last. But I think this one's kind of cool. There's a little more prep work, but I think it's a cool look, and it actually looks rounded like a basket. Okay, everything is cut. See that? This, we're going to make sure we're scored or folded on our score line. Fold everything on our score line. There we go. Same on the other side. Fold it all up. Are you just like, oh my, what is this going to become? Can you close that so I can see their comments if they make any comments? All right. So what we're going to do now is fold these up. Okay. We're going to attach these to the middle, and I'm going to keep the triangle on the outside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on my triangle, and I'm going to pull this up. It's going to overlap a little bit here, and I'm going to cut that. So that's okay. Let's put adhesive on the outside of these. Okay. And you'll get to see this 2 more times, right? So there we go. And the top one, I want to make it straight. It doesn't have to be. You could have it angled, but I'm going to make it straight, and then I could cut this off. Do you know what I mean? You could, if you glued it, if you line up the points, this is going to be angled a little bit. But I'm going to make it kind of straight. So I'm going to go ahead and push it down a little bit more, and then I'll trim off that to make it straight. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on the tops of these so I can do the same thing again. Okay, and those are going on the inside, and I don't want this little extra piece. And it's pretty obvious when you make it that that's extra. So I'm going to go ahead and put these together. And this is what I mean where I could, if I wanted to, I could make it like that so it's angled, but I'm going to make it straight, and I just need to cut off this. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to cut off that. And you can see I didn't really try to make them look perfectly the same, and you can't even tell. How cute is that? All right. What I did notice is I'm going to put adhesive on the other side all the way on the triangle. So let's do it all the way on this triangle because it's going to get covered. And I'm going to do the 3 pieces. I'm going to do all my adhesive at first, and then I can just put it together. Do you see what I did there? got adhesive here and here. Okay, here we go. We're going to assemble. So I'm going to put this in. I'm lining up the top point with the point. So that's how far I'm going to go. Next one, top point with the point, and this one I'm going to make straight. So I know I'm going to end up cutting off some of the top, but that's how I'm going to make it. Okay, then we got to trim this little piece right here. There we go. And I'm just going to do the same thing again, kind of stick it in. So this is flushed up with the middle part. Next one. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut this far enough. See what happened there? Let's trim that. I got to get all the way up to that score line. I thought I had, but I had not, because it won't bend right now. And same with this one. There we go. All right, back on track up there, and we'll make that one straight. And this has adhesive on the inside, but I am going to stick my handles there. So I think, if not, you know what I could do is just take a little piece of paper, take a little designer series paper. I'm just going to do that so it covers it up because it's sticky right now. All right, so there's my basket. You know that, and then I need to put on handles. Now you could do one handle, of course. You could just do your typical standard handle. But how fun would it be if we do two handles? So I'm actually going to use our tear and stick tape on this because I think, I just think it will hold better. So I'm just going to go all the way across, tear it apart, and all the way across. Instead of doing two, tear and stick tape is quite forgiving. So, and pull that apart. And this I'm going to end up folding back, so it doesn't matter. All right. The way you get the tear and stick tape off is you just peel off, and there's a little tape. See what I mean by that's just going to go back. No worries. I'm going to do both sides at the same time so that, there we go, we can go ahead and put it in here. And I'm going to angle them towards the middle. There's this one I actually crossed over. You see that? I thought that looked kind of cute. So we'll go ahead and angle it in the middle. That kind of like that, and then this one I'm going to do the other way. I think, you know what I'm going to do, friends, I'm going to wait. I don't like the where that landed, so I'm going to take off the tape on these, and we're going to put them all on at the same time so that it almost got it. There we go. And this side, Dave's still creating, friends. Can't wait to see what he's got. No pressure. All right, so you could do it so they just meet in the middle. I liked that they crossed. So there they are. And now I can stick them down and make sure they're going to do what I want them to do. Oh, one more thing. You want to kind of bend your cardstock so it gets a little bend in it so it's not fighting the curve. There we go. Much better. And I'm going to cross them kind of like a picnic basket. There we go. Oops. Where's my sticky? There it is. There we go. And then, of course, you know, how cute would it be? Just stick a little bow on the top. I'm not going to take time to do that. I'll show you on this one. I put a little bow on the top. Either side could be inside or outside. Let me bring this back on in case you want. I'll certainly post this, but if you're like dying to make them right now, you can certainly take a little screenshot of that. And that, like I said, the only thing where I made a mistake the other day is I cut out the wrong piece here. It doesn't matter what I did, but you want to make sure it's parallel with the ones you just cut out because that's going to make your little basket. Like that. Isn't that fun? I mean, it's much bigger. And I think with the tear and stick tape, this can really hold some stuff. All right, I have one more. Our video is a little bit longer today, but I have one more to show you that I thought was super fun. I think I'm going to make it. Yes, we need to score. Make it, and then you're going to see as we create it. How's that sound? So this little piece, this is a little Easter egg basket. We're going to cut this. This piece of paper is at 6 by 2, and we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, you can see this one's going to be kind of little. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to score it at, oops, I don't remember. Oh, you're going to get a sneak peek. Oh, at 2 and, that's right, because it's 6. At 2 and 4. I'm going to write that down here. At 2 and 4. So then you're going to score at 2 and 4. score at 2 and 4. There you go. All right, so there's my little base. I'm just going to trim right into the, you got a little sneak peek at what I'm making. There we go. And these are going to be, this is going to be my little itty bitty basket. But it's so cute. I guess you could make it bigger. I designed it around a die that I have, and I'll show you that in a second. All right, I think I am all done with the scorer, but it is a wonderful tool, super easy to use. I keep this sitting right next to my paper cutter because that's where I do all my scoring. All right, back on track here. And I'm going to go ahead and use our Soft Subtles Designer Series paper, and I'm going to put some strips on there. I'm going to just put some strips on once I find my, here it is, adhesive. Push this stuff out of the way. There's our measurements on that one. Don't need that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're just going to glue on some strips. I'm going to put adhesive on the top and the bottom. I don't care so much about the edges, and you'll see why in a second. All right, and top and bottom. And I'm going to make my stripes a little bit smaller than I actually cut it. I love the spring colors. There we go. All right, and I'm going to make, as if you didn't guess, an Easter egg. And I know you're thinking, uh-oh, she made a mistake. Nope, because this is going to get folded under. So I really just need this much. I could add, maybe I'll add one more there with the sea foam because it's such a pretty color. We'll add one more there because I did make them narrower. But it's okay. I don't need the whole thing done on the bottom. So let's go ahead and die cut this out. Obviously, this one is more of an Easter egg than a May basket. Okay, I have to trim this because I can't. There we go. All right, now we're good there. And I am using the oval dies, and it's going to get cut right there when I actually put it together. I'm going to make sure I got that all the way on the blue. Yes, I do. Okay. And you could do it angled. You could do whatever you want to make it just Eastery and fun. I saw that little piece go in there, but that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect it. I usually do this standing up, so sitting down is a little challenging for me. All right, so there's my little Easter egg with the little piece that flew in. So here's our little Easter egg. Push all that aside. Okay, I don't know if you see what's going to happen here, but this one, because I'm cardstock, I absolutely have to use the tear and stick tape. The one I made, the next day it was open again. So just regular adhesive will not hold this. It's too small, maybe. I'm not sure. But all right, let's go ahead. And this time, instead of trying to pick it off, I'm just going to use my little tool here because I can get it off, I think. Yep, with this. Oh, or not. Go back. One thing, if you push really hard on this, if you push them down, that's how you are able to peel them off better. So there we go. Let's just go ahead and peel it off. There we go. 1 and 2. Almost. Okay. And this is going to go up like this. I'm going to make a little box, super small, super cute. And let's go ahead and take these two off. The tear and stick tape is really going to hold it nicely. And get this one off. There we go. Okay. And pull those up like that. Okay. Now, my Easter egg is going to go here. I'll push those in a little bit. My Easter egg is going to sit right there, and I'm going to cut off this side. Okay, I'm not going to make the other egg for you, but I will peel these off so I can show you what. Did you want to show yours, Dave? Do you have something you made over there? Oh, ladies. Oh, what paper did you use, Dave? Can you tell us? Big voice. I feel like I'm in school. Big voice, please. So this is an old designer series paper. That's okay. Go ahead. And what did you do, Dave? Come on, talk us through it.
This is just the 6x6 one that Lisa did using 6x6 designer series paper, and then a couple of the punches, and then the little I appreciate everything you do.
So he did that obviously for like a Mother's Day. Look at that, ladies. And did you didn't score the side, did you?
I didn't.
Oh, look at that. So he only scored two.
I did score. No,
You
I
didn't.
score.
Okay, it looks rounded.
I did that intentionally to try and fold them in.
Oh, he did it intentionally. Of course he did. Wow. All right. I'm going to show you the Easter egg I made. But like I said, it came apart, so I had to stick the tear and stick tape on it. Push that in. There we go. And then the last piece you do is you just stick on a little handle. And again, just to round the paper a little bit, I'm just going to curve it on my finger. I'll show you both of those. This one I'm going to stick in here like that. And then the other one would go on the other egg. So I will show you. Oops, I think my handle's over there. It is. It's on the paper cutter. So, but isn't that so cute? What a great way to make a little Easter egg. Dave's going to grab the handle for this one. Let me go ahead and stick that down so you can kind of get that full effect. Nope, I need it's this color, the mango. It's already cut. It's on the cutting board.
Oh,
there we go. This is the one I cut for this one. There we go. So I left this one a little bit longer, but obviously this one takes a little bit more, or a lot more. This one takes more effort, more work, more stamping. I'm just going to stick that so we can get the effect of it. So this one takes more stamping, but it would fit some nice candies up and down. It's about 1.5 inches tall. I guess we scored it so I would know what it was. 2 inches.
that would make it big enough for Ghirardelli squares.
Ghirardelli squares lined up. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So lots of baskets. I'm going to pull them back out just to show you. So here are the two I made, the 4 that I made. And there's our big one and our little one. This one's really gorgeous, Dave. There's the one. Now, I'm confused how you curved that. I don't think you scored it, but then you must not have.
I didn't bend it on the score.
He didn't bend it on the score. I like that. So it's a little bit more rounded. Here's our Easter eggs, and here's our really big ones. Got to start with the big, right? And then there's our big one. I'll just leave that one. We also had this one, remember? So lots of different ways to make some May Day or Easter baskets. Look at that. All right. So I gave you grief, but yes, that is very pretty. Can you come back down for one more second? I know you just went up, but I want to make sure people get to see. If you want to sign up for Take It Up a Notch, you'll need to register by Wednesday, March 17th. Wednesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Here's one card we're going to make. It's a double Z fold. Okay. Here's another one. It's a peekaboo slider. I don't know why I can't remember that name. Peekaboo slider. And then our last one is a 3D. And pull it out the envelope so you can see that it goes in the envelope. It's a 3D little, whoop, hold down those so you can see. Ugh, a 3D, yeah, I have handled it too many times, but a 3D, here, if I put it on top of there, a 3D little pop-up box. Okay, so that you have to register by March 25th. You can bring it back up to me. Thank you. March 25th, you do get $10 in product. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but it's worth it. All right, friends. I hope that you make some baskets to share the love with other people, share stamping. Just makes them happy, right? And it didn't cost much to use a little 6x6 or a little piece of paper. So really makes somebody's day in a super simple way. So make sure you post them in the comments if you make some baskets so we can see what you made. And we'll post pictures of all of these baskets. But I hope you have a great Saturday. And like the page, share it with your friends. Happy stamping, friends. Bye.